Major police activity seen not far from Nancy Guthrie's home, as it has now been 2 full weeks since her disappearance.
For the latest on the ground, let's go straight to Matt Finn, who is live outside Nancy's Tucson home. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Griff, we've been talking about all types of possibilities. Perhaps there's a nexus to the Mexico border. Perhaps this ended up being some type of interstate crime. But now, last night, just about 1.5 miles to 2 miles from where I'm standing in front of Nancy Guthrie's home, there was major law enforcement activity. Our crew initially saw a SWAT team staging, and then eventually law enforcement went in and apparently kind of surrounded a home. And this morning, we're getting information that perhaps some people have been detained or were questioned, but we just don't have it confirmed right now because the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff, they are the lead agencies here, and they are not releasing any information. It's notable. It seems like they're kind of withholding and being very cautious about what they release as far as what happened last night. The Pima County Sheriff confirms that some of its activity was indeed in relation to the Nancy Guthrie case, posting law enforcement activities underway at a residence near East Orange Grove Road and North First Ave related to the Guthrie case. Because this is a joint investigation at the request of the FBI, no additional information is currently available. Notice there that the sheriff's office points out at the request of the FBI, no additional information is available. So it seems like perhaps the FBI was the lead last night on this activity, or they just want to withhold a little more information right now. Now, earlier this week, Fox News, we went down to Rio Rico, Arizona, which is close to the border. There was a man there that was briefly questioned. His home was searched by law enforcement. That man was pretty quickly released, but afterwards I spoke to that person on camera. He said that law enforcement did keep his cell phone. So then yesterday I talked to the Pima County Sheriff, and he says that the person that was detained in Rio Rico is a delivery man who was in the area of Nancy Guthrie's home. That a couple pieces of evidence led them to that man, but they feel okay with his alibi, and that is why he was quickly released. So we are keeping an eye on all this activity last night, because perhaps anybody who was detained or is being held is simply just being questioned, is not identified as a suspect, and perhaps they will be released as well. Maybe that is why the FBI and the Pima County Sheriff are kind of withholding information right now until they potentially identify any suspect. We'll keep you guys updated. Back to you.
Matt, that could be it. Thank you so much, and we'll be checking back with you, Matt. Great stuff.
Thanks.
All right, let's bring in former Assistant FBI Director Chris Swecker, along with Fox News contributor and criminal defense attorney Josh Ritter. Let's start with you, Chris. Tell us what your take is on these latest developments that we're seeing over the last couple days. And especially overnight. It's the most activity we've seen really in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it certainly is. And it comes on the heels of some significant developments. We learned that there was some DNA taken from inside the house. So they have, I think, someone that's been detained and taken probably back to the sheriff's department. Now, as an attorney, that makes me a little bit nervous because there's a fine line between an extended detention and an actual arrest. If he can't leave, then technically he's under arrest. So they have to be very careful about what they get out of him at this point, make sure he's Mirandized, and any evidence that comes out of the car. They probably should get a warrant for the car as well. They already have one for the house. Somewhere in the courthouse, there is an affidavit supporting the search of the house. And there's going to be some very significant facts supporting that search. Probable cause, that evidence is there. Crime has been committed, of course, and evidence of that crime is in that house. They've been there for a while, so they're being very thorough. But I think this is a well-planned operation in the sense that reports are that there was a sheriff's office plane in the air, so they were doing surveillance. And it may be that they timed this search to take place when that suspect that they have now in detention was away from the house. So we'll see how this plays out, but there's definitely a significant milestone here in the case. There has to be at least probable cause that there's evidence in that house of the crime that we're looking at here, Nancy Guthrie's disappearance.
So, Josh, is it your hunch that probably the searches that we're seeing today are related to that DNA that was found yesterday?
I think they're probably related to a tip. And I think the DNA, hopefully they've been able to process that quickly enough that it can be useful in some sort of confirmation in this case. But it sounds like they were I think what they're probably operating off of is information in those close to 20,000 tips that we've received since the time that they released that surveillance, and that led them to this search now, because my colleague was pointing out, they have to have secured warrants, I imagine, before they even made this apprehension earlier this morning, because they want that all lined up. They want a judge signing off on all of that rather than making an arrest or making a detention and then waiting on warrants. So they're looking to search, like he said, the house, the residence, vehicles, seize digital devices. They want the phones off of everybody who was detained. And to your point about DNA, they want to get search warrants, and they're going to need independent search warrants, or they're going to need to include these independent avenues in the search warrants. They want also DNA. So they want to take a buccal swab of everybody who's been detained, and perhaps even swab things inside of the vehicle, take tests, and inside of the residence, all to perhaps confirm that unidentified DNA that they found out of her home. But there's a caution to be had here, because they're not sure if that DNA, the way at least they're describing it to us, that was found inside her residence, is actually linked to the crime. They believe it is. Right. They think it's their best shot, but they still, it's still unknown. So if they come back that there's not a match, that's not going to be determinative in whether or not they proceed to investigate this individual that they've detained.
And Chris, I want to ask you, I mean, this is the most law enforcement activity we've seen in the 14 days since Nancy went missing overnight. Does it give you a feeling that this is about to break wide open?
Yeah, it is significant activity. I mean, getting a search warrant based on probable cause, making a stop, detaining someone, taking them down to the sheriff's department. That's a lot, and you don't do that without having some significant information at your disposal to underpin what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, we had a detention already. They had to release that person. They probably learned from that experience. And again, probable cause is not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. It's enough to get a search warrant. It's enough to detain someone. It's enough to tow the car, but it's not. We're not talking about super high threshold here in terms of taking the action that they're taking. But they know everything they do is going to be just scrutinized to the nth degree. I mean, I think they wouldn't have taken this step in the middle of the night if it wasn't something significant. Right. And again, there's a lot of data behind the scenes here. That we've seen a lot of collecting. We've seen the visible collection of a lot of evidence from an army of FBI agents. It's extraordinary how many agents are on that scene for a local missing person case. Yeah. And behind the scenes, the analysts have been crunching that data together. So we don't know whether some of that data matched up here with a tip. Then obviously, if they got a tip, then they had to have some corroboration on that tip. They can't just run out on the tip. So there's a good amount of information supporting this activity. Right. So it's extremely encouraging in terms of furthering the case along.
Gentlemen, we have to leave it there. I want to get a quick yes or no from you. We had Cheryl McCollum. She's a forensic expert, crime scene investigator on. She said all of her gut instincts and everything she's seen. She says this is not a ransom situation. We're looking at a revenge situation here with Nancy Guthrie. Agree, Josh?
I think it looks like a crime gone bad. I don't know if it's revenge, but it doesn't seem like ransom.
Chris?
I think it's a home invasion that went bad. I think all the other possibilities are starting to fall off the table here. Yeah. And I said that from the very beginning.
All right.
Chris Swecker, Josh Ritter, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.